welcome to the third annual Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation Duck Race. I'm Carson Hayter, joined by Shane Acosta from Cargill. Due to COVID this year, it's just us and the Ducks.
Hi, Carson. Glad to be here with you. Looks like the foundation has all their ducks in a row and we're ready to race. But before we get started, let's listen to what Chris from the foundation has to quack about.
You know, Stephen Covey once said, if you want to change the world, you change the life of a child. Nothing changes a child's life more than education. And once you change a child's life, you change their family's trajectory forever. This is the key element that brings all people. It levels the playing field for all kids, is education. The Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization. Essentially, we have two pieces of business that we do. The first is that we've raised an endowment of about $1.6 million. That endowment funds our scholarship program. The second half of the business is we fundraise every year to have a bucket of money so any district employee can apply for a grant as long as it serves kids in the district. We fund those projects that fit in the gray area. It's that, I like to call them, it's that really cool project that you've always wanted to do that there's never been money to do. And so, you know, over that time, we funded 187 grants for $575,000 total. And it could be something as simple as a classroom set of ukuleles, or it could be something as complicated as levelized reading books that teach specific reading skills. Of all of the grants that we funded, we have at least one grant in every school building in the district. The district does a great job at educating kids. The district was not set up to fund all of the wraparound programs and support programs that kids need to be successful. And we have kids that come from a variety of backgrounds and experiences. There have to be additional services. So we work hand in glove with the district to identify the projects that they need to do, that they don't have those funds available in their regular budget. And our mission is to go out and raise that kind of money. It's really about providing experiences. Every individual is the lump sum total of all of their life experience. And so for me, what gets me out of bed every day is knowing that through our work with the Education Foundation, that we're providing kids with experiences they wouldn't normally ever have an opportunity to have.
Carson, did you know your school could win a $1,000 grant today?
Yes, thanks to Cargill and all the other duck race sponsors, all Springdale schools have a duck in the race. Help me count down to the duck dump.
3, 2, 1, and they're off.
And they're off.
Cargill's proud to be the title sponsor in this year's Springdale Public School Education Foundation Duck Race.
Change. It's the constant, ever-shifting variable every business must contend with. For Cargill Protein, change is an invitation to innovate new products, experiment with new flavors, find new insights, and create new value. To protect what matters, to work smarter and maximize value, to sift through complexity to find new opportunities. Change requires a steadfast purpose. At Cargill Protein, our purpose has never been more clear. It inspires us to fuel the lives of our consumers, to serve in our communities, and to deliver superior value for our customers. Backed with an extensive North American network and a full house of capabilities designed to drive greater value, purpose pushes us to never settle for the status quo, to always strive to create a better future. That's Cargill Protein. That's protein with purpose.
So Carson, how's school going this year?
Things are okay. Lunch is quiet and I worry about being quarantined, but even with all the COVID restrictions, I'd still rather be at school with teachers and friends. Even in the hard times, Springdale teachers make learning interesting and fun.
Well, that's great. We sure do have a lot of, we're sure blessed to have the great teachers in the Springdale School District. Now we're going to hear about grants won from Sonora Elementary.
Hi, this is Josh Worthy from Sonora Elementary, and I just want to send a big thank you and shout out to the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation. They have supported us over the years on so many different projects. Some projects that included items like this 3D printer,
this weather camera, and weather station,
and a whole bunch of Legos, and things like this drone. And this 3D printer.
and the Sonora Elementary Mobile Library.
Without this support, we wouldn't be able to be the successful program that we are today. And we just thank you for supporting our students, our teachers, and our communities. Thank you so much.
Wow, the Springdale Public School Education Foundation really gets cool equipment into the hands of students. Nayeli has an update for us now.
Looks like the ducks from Bayari, Jones Elementary, and Archer Learning Center are winning right now.
Here at Cargill, we want to thank all teachers. Thank you for your commitment and dedication in educating our youth and making such a difference in young people's lives. Now, a word from Springdale Schools and Sam's Club.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jared Cleveland, Superintendent of Springdale School District. I'm here today to talk to Miss Andrea Bugg. She's a special ed teacher at Sonora Middle School, and we're here to thank her and all the rest of the teachers in our district. And why don't you tell us, why did you become a teacher, and why did you come back this year?
Well, I became a teacher because I was in law enforcement for 19 and a half years, and through that time I met a lot of kids with special needs, and even before I became a police officer, that was something I wanted to do, so I'm getting both dreams in my lifetime. And why I came back is I didn't want to abandon my kids for this year because I had one returning, and we knew how he functioned, so I didn't want to just leave him hanging without me being here. I knew he would have the pairs, but we all need to be here because he loves us all.
Do you feel like that your classroom is protected and you're in good shape, or do you feel like you can make it through the rest of the year through this pandemic? Should it last the full year?
Oh yeah, it's gonna last the full year. I mean, we're spread out more than we were last year. We had tables together last year. This year we're spread out so we can do the social distancing. We have the kids have been wearing the mask when we're close-knit, doing a lesson together, and I mean, the kids are actually doing great with it. People didn't think that the kids would be able to wear a mask, but if my SPED kids can, anybody can.
Well, with teachers like you in our district, we know we can make it and we'll do great. Thank you for joining us today. If you know a teacher out there, especially a Springdale teacher, please thank them.
Sam's Club is very passionate about giving back to our local communities in which we are here. We all thrive and work together.
Why do you think Sam's Club donation to the foundation is important?
Yeah, we seek to create value in the communities that we live and operate in, and supporting local funds that are going to help make a big impact in the community is something we thrive on.
Why is it important to support the Springdale Public Schools?
The Springdale Public Schools is really important to us here at Sam's Club. We live in this community, our members are really passionate about it, as well as our associates, and whatever we can do to give back to make a big impact is definitely something we're proud of.
How is Sam's Club keeping our community safe during these unprecedented times?
Sam's Club is very innovative, and that's something we're also really proud of. We're coming up with ways that is going to make the shopping experience contactless. Sam's Club Springdale is really proud to be a part of this event. We know how teachers need some extra money to create those innovative classroom experiences to really change the way we're teaching and educate our youth and just create a better world for everyone to live in. So we're proud to be a part of this.
Hey, Nayeli, who's leading the flock now?
Looks like Harp and Hunt Elementary are jumping in the lead.
Recently, Dr. Smith had the chance to interview Alex O'Donnell about the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation impact on teachers.
Hello, Mr. Lalone. Thank you for joining us today. You're a math teacher at Harbor High School, and you've got some exciting things to share with us today.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for having me.
So you have received 3 of the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation grants. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yes. So it's been a kind of an ongoing project. It started with just trying to get paper cutters to teach the CNC fabrication in my geometry classes, and it kind of grew into developing a makerspace here at the school.
So I see you're in your room. Do you mind sharing some of the stuff that you've purchased with the grant with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So over here we have 2 3D printers. We actually have one of our 4 Cricut Maker machines, an example of one of our cameras, and one of the audio recording soundboards. Resin 3D printers.
Does it impact student learning?
Well, it gives us kind of a real grounded sense of what we're doing. I teach geometry on a day-to-day basis. And so especially when we get into 3D models and figures and finding out surface areas and shapes, rather than talking about it in an abstract sense, we can actually build the things that we're talking about, and all sorts of applications that we use, or that go beyond just understanding the basic maths of it, but how does it actually apply in a real world setting.
So as a recipient of this grant, tell me how you feel like the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation has really impacted what you've done.
Oh, the impact's been fantastic. We've been able to get all sorts of equipment. The kids have been really excited about being able to use all of this stuff that we have, and it's definitely been a lot more engagement in the classroom.
Well, we appreciate you allowing us to come into your classroom and sharing with us. We know that the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation really is designed to give educators, a boost in providing support for them and for opening up learning opportunities for students. And we also know it's for teachers that want to be really creative in what they do. It sounds like that's exactly what you've done. And do you have anything you'd like to say to anybody else that might be interested in applying for one of these grants?
Honestly, what I would say is if they're thinking about it, just go for it.
Cargill's proud to partner with the foundation in its efforts to support Springdale teachers and students.
I'm feeling lucky to be a Springdale student. I want to thank Cargill for being today's title sponsor for this event. I also want to thank Sam's Club and Carmart.
For nearly 40 years, we've taken care of our communities, earning the trust and repeat business of thousands of customers. We've helped hard-working Americans during life's most challenging moments. And we're passionate about serving the next generation.
It's what we do.
We work tirelessly to provide transportation solutions with affordable payment options, regardless of the customer's credit situation, because we're looking to give.
Es lo que hacemos.
That's why we go the extra mile to personally help you through the car buying process, making it easy and even enjoyable.
It's what we do.
We'll get you into a vehicle to help you build a better life. Full and rewarding lives for you and your families. After we've handed you the keys to your car, we're there for you, personally and professionally.
It's what we do.
When you buy a car from Carmart, you become part of our family. People first, family first. And because we care deeply about the places we call home, your home, we're there for our communities, lending a helping hand, paying it forward.
It's what we do.
We're here for you, keeping you on the road no matter what. Peace of mind, people first. It's what we do. America's Carmart.
Most of the ducks in the race today were provided by our sponsors.
Each duck competing today in the race represents a Springdale school. The first 5 ducks who crossed the finish line earned their school a $1,000 grant.
Thanks to the following sponsors who adopted a flock for the race. Nayeli, give us an update.
Looks like Young Elementary and Walker Elementary are in the lead right now.
Dr. Cleveland, Superintendent of Springdale Schools, sent us a message about the Springdale Public School Education Foundation.
Hello, Mr. Lalone. Thank you for joining us today. You're a math teacher at Harbor High School, and you've got some exciting things to share with us today.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for having me.
So you have received 3 of the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation grants. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yes. So it's been a kind of an ongoing project. It started with just trying to get paper cutters to teach CNC fabrication in my geometry classes, and it kind of grew into developing a makerspace here at the school.
So I see you're in your room. Do you mind sharing some of the stuff that you've purchased with the grant with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So over here we have 2 3D printers. We actually have one of our 4 Cricut Maker machines. An example of one of our cameras and one of the audio recording soundboards. Resin 3D printers.
Does it impact student learning?
Well, it gives us kind of a real grounded sense of what we're doing.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jared Cleveland, Superintendent of Springdale Public Schools. Today I have the great privilege to share with you about the importance of the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation. The mission at the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation is to promote the highest quality of education in the Springdale Public Schools by supporting the teaching process, providing additional educational resources, and engaging in broad base of community support. One way the foundation accomplishes the mission is by attracting private and philanthropic funds in order to expand educational programs that fall outside the Springdale Public Schools' normal operating budget. The Education Foundation grants are designed to provide funding for projects that increase learning opportunities for students and reward the creative initiative of teachers. These grants are funded by generous contributions of the Springdale Public Schools employees who elect to support the foundation via a district payroll deduction, donations from private individuals, and contributions from corporate partners. We're thankful for the support of the Education Foundation. Thank you, and good luck to our schools. We're excited to see who will win that duck race.
The Ducks are nearing the finish line.
Yep, looks like they're bill to bill.
Shane, these Ducks have really paddled hard today. It may be a photo finish.
This is so exciting, and to think there's $5,000 riding on the backs of these Ducks.
Come tell us who won.
Turnbow Elementary won $2,000, Jones Elementary won $1,000, Central won $1,000, and Young Elementary won $1,000.
Thanks everyone for watching and supporting the foundation.